This is a 110-pound Cane Corso named Sugar. I'm going to read you her information, what they wrote down about her right now. Sugar's only interaction with other dogs has been on walks when I have her on a leash and other dogs were off leash that led to altercations where she did not bite but overpowered the dogs, and then I pulled her away before she could bite. With humans, she is iffy. She typically doesn't like males. All right, so that's a little insight into Sugar. She is about to meet Prince in a minute. Why did I not choose to do a muzzle? She's a big dog. One right there. Look at that tail. Doesn't mean everything by any means, but it's good. It's a good first sign. She looks good. Not just the tail, but her whole body looks good. She's meeting Prince through the fence. The other reason I chose not to use a muzzle is she's iffy with males, but when I met them, when they first arrived, I didn't rush up to the dog. I never do. I don't even look at dogs. By the way, that's a hint. That's something for you guys. These dogs, most dogs show up are pretty darn good with me because I don't even look at the dog. That's the way to approach a dog you're not sure of. I go up, I talk to the owners, how you guys doing? I barely glance at the dog. And then the dog's like, okay, this guy's not going to just make eye contact, extend the hand, and come to pet me. That's what dogs hate the most. And of course, I'm not going to do that, extend the hand and walk and go, oh, I'm going to pet you, dog. But I don't even look at them. And then they're good with me because I got to get good with them pretty quick. And that is the way to do it. People always go, oh, it's like taking your car to the mechanic and it not making the noise. But it really is because of my approach. They're also at a new place, and so that helps. It's not at their house. Oh, pardon the finger. But look, did you see her ears pin when she looked at me? She was good with me from day one. These guys just need to learn some strategies to deal with a big, strong dog. Okay, so in a minute, she's going to meet Prince. This video is actually as much about Prince's behavior as her behavior, okay? And kind of the way Prince is with her and whatnot. So she's so focused on these owners. They've been with her a lot, okay? So she just can't take her eyes off of them. And that's a problem in and of itself. But they're going to I'm going to tell them, because I'm not going to use a muzzle, I'm going to tell them to go in the office and watch. But then I can't even do it. She just won't even look away from them. And you're going to see that in a minute. So they're in the office. She's jumping on the door. And this is not going to go well if they're out of the picture. I wanted them out of the picture because I didn't want her to protect them or Prince to run up to them even nicely and her go, get out of here, Prince. So they come back out. That wasn't working. And so we're going to let Prince out here in about 30 seconds. Now watch how Prince is with her. I was hoping Prince would have gotten bit a little bit. A soft bite where he yelps. That's what I was hoping. And I know that sounds funny. I didn't want him to get hurt. But you're going to see how much Prince is. He's so into this dog, it's out of control. And I'm going to actually slow-mo apart for you because this guy's nuts. Look at, he is so into her. She's doing great, by the way. She's awesome, okay? She looks fantastic. He is so into her that I can barely control him. He's like frantic. And I'm giving him a minute because with your helper dog, I mean, you have to let them, you can't get mad at them like a great kid, right? The kid is confident and happy and does what it needs to do and is a good kid. And then the minute they do a couple things wrong, you're like, that's unacceptable. You got to give him grace, right? So I'm giving him some grace, but at some point I'm going to get a little mad at him. He's overwhelming her to a degree that she doesn't want to be overwhelmed. He didn't care. He did a head movement earlier that was like a professional running back, how it fakes someone out. He definitely has, he doing I'm like, chill, dude. He went left and then went right to get around her backside. He definitely has a type. They got to be kind of a bully breed. She's not a bully breed technically, but she kind of has that look, and they can't be super skinny. His type, and it's just too much. Look at him. It's too much. It's too much. I tell him to get away. And then you'll see me kind of get a little more mad at him in a minute. Like I give him his time to do his thing, and then I'm going to get a little more mad at him. Now I'm going to have the owner pet Prince. I'm big into, that's one trigger, by the way. The owner petting their own dog can be a big trigger. And she actually went at him a little bit. That's usually the worst trigger. And then I'm going to have her, and he's still just on her. He's pushing her. He's too pushy. He's too much. He's too overpowering. That was like a little get out of here, which is kind of okay. Like he's so much. For whatever reason, but it's too much. Now I'm going to get mad at him right here. See his ears pin? I grab his muzzle, and I'm talking to him. And he's a little different now. Okay? He needed that. He needed that calm down. I told a story on a video about a week ago about the time my dog Bosco, when he was about 9 months old, he thought every single dog wanted to play. I tell him, get out of here. Every single dog wanted to play with him. He ran up to this one board and trained dog, and he just launched at the dog. Playfully, but still, he was, 80 pounds at that point. And that dog nailed him on the shoulder, and Bosco went yelping. Yelp, yelp. Like, ran away yelping. And it was the single greatest thing for him. Never again did he quite jump on a dog that hard. Like a launch. What, did he go up to every dog and was happy to see them and even jumped on them? Yes, that was his nature. He never quite did it that hard. The dog did the timing was perfect of the correction, and it was enough of a correction. It was punishing. It was perfect. Now, at the time, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he's okay. But in retrospect, it was the best thing for him. Okay, now she's a little more in. Now notice the one time she really wants to smell him is when the owner is petting him. And that's a theme for a lot of dogs who are super into the owners. Whether it's reactive to dogs or people, I am super big into the owners accepting the dog or the person into their life. So even when they first arrived, I had them do a sit, a stay. I had the lady come up to me and shake my hand. It is now letting the dogs know that we accept Prince into our life and he is not to be messed with, and we accept Joel or any other strangers into our life and they are not to be barked at or messed with. None of you do that enough. It really is huge. I did like 6 sessions over the last couple days. I think 3 of them were for people issues, and all 3 of them I focused on this concept of sit, stay, keep your eye on the dog, try to shake the person's hand or at least talk to them nicely like you've accepted them, and all 3 of them were successes. It's hard on a leash, and if the dog's like lunging and barking, it can be hard, but once you train a nice sit, stay, and the dog understands that you accept the person into your life, it's huge. It's giant. It's so important. It makes sense, doesn't it? Totally makes sense. Because right now, it's you and the dog and the other person or dog on the outside looking in. Why does the dog think, and you're tight on the leash, and you never really touch the person to let them know, to let the dog know that you've accepted them into your guys' life? It's giant. So a lot of petting of Prince. So that's really the video. The Prince thing is nutty. Like he was just, I don't know what his deal is. The best thing for him at that point would have been for her to nip him, not hurt him. And so he got a consequence for his nuttiness, because he needs to learn that it's just not okay. And it's best coming from another dog. Second best coming from me, best coming from another dog. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. It's a little different video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and of course, please subscribe to the channel.